rum-pa-pum. A newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Peace on earth, can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see. Our finest the day of glory. See the day of living peace.
Gift is the best gift because it's the biggest.
Nobody better got me no socks. Like, what am I doing with some socks?
But I ain't gonna hold you. I got the best gift.
No, mine has thought into it, so it's the best.
I think I gave someone cold.
Oh my gosh, that big box better be for me.
No, that big box is definitely for me.
Anyway, no, it's not. It don't even matter because I'm hungry. Y'all hungry? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I want some.
Chipotle. Can I get some Chick-fil-A?
No. Y'all know we got hot wings today.
No,
we're eating hot wings.
That Chick-fil-A was gonna be good.
Man, them hot wings was banging.
I'm full. I want to take a nap.
Hey, where our presents at?
What the? Who's our?
All that money I spent on my present. Where my present at?
Oh no.
They're not back here. I hate it here. I want to go home.
Woo! Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here.
Breaking news. Someone stole our present and there's a $20 reward for whoever finds it.
What? I only brought cold.
Whoever stole our present are thieves. Thieves in Maribel High School.
There are thieves
We're
here.
coming for you. We're coming for you.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Hey there, MHS. I'm Anthony Hudson, and I'm your host for this Week Friday show. Another week of December is finished, and we only have one more week until winter break begins. At the same time, while temperatures outside have been pretty chilly, both the boys and girls swim teams have been heating up the pool as both seasons are underway.
With the start of second trimester also comes the start of swim season. Both coaches and swimmers alike are looking forward to this season and what it will bring.
We're excited for this season to kick off. We got some kids coming back from last year hoping to best their times and make it as far as they can in the tournament. We also have a lot of new swimmers this year, so they're kind of learning the ropes, seeing what they can do, what they can handle. And so far it's been cool because they've been really pushing themselves, getting better every day, learning new things, kind of putting themselves out of the comfort zone and really growing because of it. So this year my expectations are just really push the kids to their limits, see what they can handle, get the most out of them, and motivate them to just continue to work hard every single day.
Along with head coach Dorsileski, both senior captains Mason and Paige have their own expectations for their last swim seasons here at MHS.
All right, my expectations for the season is try to drop time. I'm hoping to try to go to state this year, so I just hope to win some meets.
My expectations for the season are to drop a lot of time since this is my last year. So I want to make kind of an impact and an impression on the people who are already here and to just make myself proud.
As veterans, the senior captains are both excited and expectant for their new teammates and how they are progressing.
We have a lot of new kids this year. I just hope they get better and do good.
The new swimmers, they honestly look pretty enthused and they are excited for swimming. I could tell because they like to ask questions and actually look at themselves swimming. So me and the veterans, we kind of try to also make an impression by leading by example and helping them on when they ask certain questions.
Along with the swimmers, the divers, and the diving coach are looking forward to a successful season.
All right, brand new year, fresh new faces. Got some great kids on the board diving this year. My expectations are very high for them. I know they can push themselves, do some things they've never done before in their entire lives. Hopefully you can see a lot of great entries, great dives.
So what I'm looking forward to for this season, me getting my 1.5 and doing better dives and just scoring high points.
With a couple of meets now in the books, the teams have high expectations for the rest of the season. With a tough winter schedule coming up, we hope the team continues to strive for improvement. Signing off from PNN, I'm Michaela Lemons.
Along with the swimmers, the wrestling team has started its season and is looking forward to build on last season's success. The early results have been great so far as they are undefeated in the conference and with their overall record.
Martin had a dream. Martin had a dream. Kendrick have a dream.
The time has finally come. After rigorous prepping in the preseason, the wrestlers are ready to take their competition head-on. While some wrestlers are looking to exceeding their accomplishments from last year, others are ready to reach new heights.
Chris Walton, 12th grade senior.
I'm Malik Hall, and I'm in 11th grade.
My expectations for this season is to hopefully win state and go undefeated.
Well, I made it to state last year, so of course this year I just want to go all the way to the top and get first at state.
Chili, 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 chili. Count chili.
Count chili.
Tell my mama I hit a lick.
Tell my mama I hit a lick.
Mama, I hit a lick.
Mama, I hit a lick.
This season should be fun senior year, leaving it all out there. I was one match away from state last year, so hoping to get back and made up on the podium and get a medal this year. So as a team as well, we're trying to place really high. We're ranked 9th in the state, I think, right now as a team. So we're trying to get even higher than that and get up there.
Personally, I want to be a state placer this year, and then as a team, we would like to win the DAC again, and then obviously sectional, regional, and hopefully a semi-state.
To the younger teammates, I'd like to say to be there as much as you can, try to show up all the time, because you can't just gain experience like that. You need to be there as much as you can, and the more you learn, the better you're going to be off as you go on throughout the years.
You just have to work hard, even when you sometimes don't want to, and you got to do the things that maybe people are too afraid to do, so always work hard.
Just keep pushing forward. You're going to go through a lot of bumps. You might think that you're not going to make it that far this season or whatever, but you got to work hard every single day in every position, every day of practice.
Make sure you come out to support the Pirate Wrestlers as they dominate this season. Signing off from PNN, I'm Destiny Walker.
As we get closer to the holidays, many like to get in the festive spirit by watching holiday movies. If you are a fan of the Freeform channel, you might want to check out a couple of these favorites.
While Santa is getting his naughty and nice list ready, Freeform will be starting their 25 Days of Christmas December 1st. I always look forward to this time of year for my favorite movies, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Santa Claus, and The Polar Express. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is based on the 1957 book. The meanie Grinch tries to ruin Christmas for the citizens of Whoville. He comes down and tries to swipe everything holiday related from the Whos. However, The bitter Grump finds a turn in his plans when they meet a very special Who, Cindy Lou Who.
Christmas, why can't I find you? Why have you?
I love this movie because it shows that everyone could find a true meaning to Christmas. And although the Grinch isn't that good looking on the outside, he manages to become a more attractive character. The 1994 film Santa Claus is based on a divorced dad, Scott, who gets custody of his son on Christmas Eve. After accidentally killing Santa, he puts on the red suit and is magically transported to the North Pole, where he learns he has to take on the role of the new Santa Claus. This movie is lovable because it shows how a single hardworking man finds joy in Christmas while building a relationship with his son. Not only does he build a relationship with his son, also he and the mom's family come together as an extended one. The 2004 movie, The Polar Express, is based on the book by Chris Van Allsburg. This movie is about a doubtful young boy who takes a very special train ride to the North Pole, where he comes to a journey of self-discovery that shows him how to believe in the magic of Christmas. I love this movie because it relates to a lot of older kids who don't believe in Santa, yet gives the younger kids hope and magic in Mr. Claus himself. Also, I enjoy the festive music, my favorite being Hot Hot Chocolate.
Your attention, please. Are there any Polar Express passengers in need of refreshment?
Oh, we got it! Let it go! Let it go! You got chocolate!
Signing off from PNN, I'm Sharif Ezekiel.
As the end of the year actually ends a full decade, many of the students at MHS spoke about their favorite television show they grew up watching.
As we enter 2020, we take a look back at the childhood shows that sculpted all of us into the young adults we are now.
That's a Raven. The Proud Family. That's a Raven. iCarly.
SpongeBob.
Good Luck Charlie.
Invader Zim. Flapjack.
SpongeBob.
Chowder.
Drake and Josh.
Tom and Jerry. A regular show.
Okay. Hannah Montana.
That's so Raven.
Austin and Ally.
Zack and Cody. Lab Rats.
Proud Family.
Lilo and Stitch.
Shake It Up. That's so Raven.
SpongeBob. Kim Possible.
The Boondocks. Zack and Cody. Chowder. Hannah Montana. Good Luck Charlie. iCarly.
That's so Raven.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Blue's Clues.
Shake It Up. That's so Raven.
SpongeBob.
Olivia.
Proud Family.
Ed and Eddie. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Hannah Montana. Shake It Up and Cat Dog.
This is where it all started. Thank you so much for helping us make that possible.
I'm gonna miss you, Teddy. I'm gonna miss you too, Charlie.
Just happened to be about Mr. Mosby.
It's my last day. What's it gonna do? Fine.
I actually came by to say goodbye to you. I love you guys.
Love you too. Love you too, kid.
I'll never wash this face again.
Like you ever have.
How many times have you done this? I don't know, like 2 or 3 times a day.
Sorry, I can only give patient information to family members.
Cece and I are family. We've been through everything together. I've known her since I was 5 years old. We've been through ups, we've been through downs, we've been through sideways.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go.
And I think who you are is a very beautiful girl who, can sometimes be a little scary.
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Yes!
That's exactly what you say.
Other things. We take with us the memories of all the adventures that we've shared.
My favorite show is The Proud Family, and I like that show because I feel like it's like more like to the black community, just in my opinion. It relates to it, like how our everyday life is, with the fathers, being more controlling, the mom being lenient, but do what daddy says. It's very interesting.
I like the show Phineas and Ferb because they were funny, and then they were very creative for what they built.
My favorite childhood show is probably a tie between Victorious and iCarly. I liked both of those shows because it kind of gave me like what I thought high school life was gonna be like. I was like, what, nine, sitting on my floor watching these shows and thinking, oh, this is what I'm gonna be like when I'm in high school.
I remember when I was like, this was back when I was like 7 or something years old. I used to just binge watch iCarly and Victorious all day, every day. They'll tell me to get off the TV because you're taking too much TV time. I'm like, I don't care. Let me watch this.
It was a childhood class for me. One day, my parents, they just turned on the TV, went to like Nickelodeon or something, and it came on, and next thing you know, I started remembering every single thing they say. That was just my childhood, everything. I couldn't wait to watch that TV show. I even had a birthday. It was the theme, Blues Clues, it was everything. I love that TV show.
My favorite childhood show would have to be SpongeBob because, I mean, first of all, SpongeBob funny. But other than that, it's like there's a bunch of stuff in there that is real interesting.
Shake It Up is my favorite Nickelodeon throwback show because like it just brings back old memories, and my favorite episode would have to be the one when they supposedly dressed up and went to jail type stuff and they kicked the shoe and it hit the man in the face and they ran off the show.
Yeah. Courage the Cowardly Dog was always my favorite childhood show. Only because I could never understand why he was so scary. Because how are you a dog and you're scary? You're supposed to be protecting them. But I never understood the plot of the show, but I understood like the dog, so I don't know.
From Phineas and Ferb to Chowder, even to That's So Raven, all the way to Hannah Montana. We can all collectively say that those childhood shows made an embark on our life. As we enter 2020, those shows will always live on through our hearts and through our minds. Signing off from PNN, I'm Iman.
We love you guys more than we could ever say, so thank you guys for everything.
The NFL regular season is coming to an end, and as several teams jockey for playoff positions, a few elite players are vying for MVP status.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
As the end of the NFL season is near, the MVP race is coming to an end. There are various top contenders who include Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, and Russell Wilson. Both teachers and students have formed their own opinions on just who the MVP should be. Nick Bosa is a defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers and has, as of Week 14, 8 sacks as a rookie. This player will be looking to terrorize quarterbacks for many years to come.
Nick Bosa is still the best DN in the league right now. MVP. He has 8 sacks. He has 30 quarterback pressures by himself. The end.
Well, Nick Bosa, first of all, rookie year. Second of all, leading the league in sacks. Third off, he scored a touchdown as a D lineman. Not a lot of D linemen can do that. And he's on a 4. Well, he kind of carries the 49ers because you saw against the Ravens, triple team the whole game. If you have to contain a rookie like that, just imagine what's going to happen in the next few seasons.
Our second candidate is a husband of singer Sierra, has a Super Bowl ring, 26 TDs, and 3,422 passing yards on the season. Russell Wilson has everything except the MVP award.
I think Russell Wilson is the MVP candidate because, he pretty decent. I don't even, mess with the Seahawks, but he a pretty decent quarterback. He be, getting his yards or whatever. But who should be an MVP candidate is Juju Smith-Schuster. So, yeah, thank you.
My MVP candidate is Russell Wilson because he has a 91 passing rating and averages 300 yards per game. And because he married to Sierra.
Known as a dual threat for both running and passing, Christian McCaffrey has been a shining star for the struggling Panthers this season. He's third in rushing yards with 1,220 yards and third in rushing TDs with 12.
I have Christian McCaffrey winning MVP. If not MVP, at least best running back. He already has 1,000 yards only at Week 13. And Week 13 already has 1,000 rushing yards. That's dual threat as a receiver and a running back. Goes crazy. He's a god. That's it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Christian McCaffrey is gonna win MVP, hands down. He having a breakout season just like Lamar, but Lamar too young to win MVP. Christian McCaffrey, he been doing this for 2 years straight. He gonna win MVP.
Our next candidate is Deshaun Watson, who has made plenty of noise this year after being in the NFL for a couple of seasons.
My MVP candidate is Deshaun Watson. And why? He he's a pretty versatile quarterback. He can pass, he can run. I mean, he got DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. He averaging he got about 13 touchdowns right now during the season. Only about 5 interceptions. He a real good quarterback, and I feel like he ain't no Lamar Jackson, nothing, but with his capability, and he won the Heisman in college, he should be able to win the MVP this year.
Other candidates include...
My MVP candidate is Aaron Rodgers. Just can't nobody do what he do. You know, he brought the Packers back from not even going to playoffs. Now they finna lead the division. So, you know, Aaron Rodgers, man, that's all I got to say.
Our last but certainly not least candidate is a player that wasn't looked at as a good QB prospect by scouts. From Florida, Heisman Trophy winner, led the league in TDs, and Mr. Houdini himself.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
I think Lamar Jackson is the most favorite and MVP candidate. He's a very versatile, fast thrower. He's just great. I mean, everything about him. He's well balanced, but you know what type of quarterback he is. He's more athletic, but he could beat you with his legs and he could beat you with his arms.
It's easy. Lamar Jackson, Mike Vick 2.0. You can't deny him. If he's sitting here, there is no defense in this league that has stopped him from at least scoring a touchdown. This man has robbed everybody. He's a dog. This man got some cleats from Michael Vick. He's a 96 speed. That's the fastest quarterback in Madden history. You can't deny him. None of that.
I mean, Lamar Jackson, honestly, do I have to say anything else? He can run, he can throw. It's best QB in the league. He's just an MVP.
My MVP candidate, I'll say Lamar Jackson, mainly because he's a really good player and he probably the most elusive player on the team, on the whole entire squad. So yeah, I'll definitely say Lamar.
Lamar Jackson is the MVP because he's extremely explosive. He's developed his arm and it's caught up to his legs, and he be making defenders look silly. He's like the best player in the NFL. I'm just saying. GOAT status, new era. Go follow him. He's the GOAT. Probably my dad, but we ain't gonna speak on that. Bro, I'm dead serious. Lamar Jackson for MVP.
Man, I think he's the MVP candidate because he lead the league in rushing yards for a quarterback, and they didn't force a punt for the last 4 weeks. Who doing that except for me? Feel me? 53.
Lamar Jackson, because number one, he's playing the best right now. Number two, he plays for my favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens, and he's been unstoppable the last couple of weeks, so he's got to win it. I'd rather win the Super Bowl, though, so I really don't care about MVP.
For me, the MVP of the NFL is a no-brainer. It's got to be Lamar Jackson. Man is literally changing the way that NFL defenses are having to play in order to defend him. People have been telling him for a long time that he wasn't going to be able to do it, and now he is. I mean, he's taking the NFL by storm. Literally stole Joe Flacco's position and single-handedly kicked Joe Flacco out of Baltimore. And that's the guy. That's your dude right there. Here's some noise about Deshaun Watson, and yeah, he played really well against the Patriots a couple weeks ago, but you got to show up every week. Russell Wilson's doing some things out in Seattle, but man, Lamar, that's my guy. He's doing it.
For now, we'll just have to wait to see who the MVP will be, even though most of us already know who it is. Signing off from PNN, I'm Anthony Hudson. The boys basketball team is off to a quick start, and with Coach Patton now leading the Pirates, both the coaches and players have great expectations.
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. They're playing basketball.
In his first year as head coach, Coach Patton is off to a hot start as the team beat Morton Governors by 22 points. He looks to build a winning culture on the team and throughout the school.
First and foremost, I want to create a culture that's built on family. I believe that unity and togetherness is one of the most important things that you can have. And also, we want to be a basketball team that has each other's backs. whether that's on the court or off the court. That's something that's very important. And then I want to build a culture of discipline, being respectful, doing the right things all the time, and integrity. We want to accomplish a lot this season, but of course, again, one of our main things is we believe in student athletes first. So we want to increase our players' GPA, our team GPA. We also want to help our players increase their scores on SAT and ACTs. And then on the court, there's a lot of things we want to accomplish. Of course, we want to win a conference championship. We for sure want to win a sectional championship. And every year the goal is going to be to win a state championship. I think we're 24 deep. That's something we preach every day. So every player from JV and even freshmen, so we're 36 deep in varsity. We don't have one particular player that we believe is going to shine every night. We take pride in our unity. So on any given night, it could be any player stepping up and making big plays.
Players are also adjusting to a new coach and his new strategies.
Coach Patton has stressed boxing out, running the court hard, jumping to gaps, and closing out.
I would say the skill set Patton been stressing is jumping to the ball, playing defense, and getting the ball more inside and being more of a team.
Coach has stressed getting back on defense, boxing out, talking on defense, and being in the gap on defense.
Our strength this season is defending and running the court and playing scrappy and hard. And some weaknesses is height. I say height. That's it.
I would say our strengths this season is being a more up-tempo team and playing defense.
I think our strengths is speed, athleticism, and we play as a team.
This year, players expect a win, but some teams are tough competition.
Our biggest competition this year will be Chesterton. In my opinion, Chesterton will be our biggest opponent competition because they have a lot of returning players. They're a DAC team, and they're very competitive.
I would say Munster simply because of their height and they got a lot of returning players and they coach real well.
I think Michigan City because they fast, they got quick guards, and they're very athletic.
This season is off to a great start with the win this Tuesday and looking forward to the next game at Andrean High School at 7 o'clock. Be sure to come out and support your Pirates for the Battle of Broadway. Signing off from PNN, I'm the fabulous China Royster.
Thank you for joining us today and tune in next week for the last PNN Friday show of 2019. Signing off from PNN, I'm Anthony Hudson. Have a great day, MHS, and RP Pops.
They told me, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Peace on earth, can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see our finest day of glory. Say the day of live in peace, so peace on earth when we come.